Welcome to this week's edition of JCS News, bringing you news and announcements from around the Jefferson County school system. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Jamie. At the most recent Board of Education meeting, nearly 40 students and 2 staff members were recognized for their achievements and contributions to the Jefferson County schools. 23 students were recognized for their achievement as participants in the 2017 All-State Band and Orchestra. Matteo Sarasoli from Washington High School described the experience.
I'm Matteo, and I'm here with my fellow band members who also attended, or some of them. We have Craig Swink, Ryan Walker, and Darren Sixteen May. And we are some of the students who made the All-State Band for the 2017 session. So how it worked is we auditioned back in November. We all went to WVU, and we took turns auditioning. It took most of the day. And then we came back, and then that was it. And a couple days later, we
just like
compelling story.
Well, and then a couple days later, we got notification if we made it or not, and we were excited that we made it. And really, so how it works is the different sections of the state audition in different areas. In our section, is there a specific region? I don't think. I think it's just like
Eastern Panhandle.
Yeah, Eastern Panhandle.
And they all audition at WVU, but there's other audition locations in Charleston, Wheeling, I think is it.
Yeah. And then everyone auditioned, they take different numbers of people for different sections. So, for example, the French horn section was auditioned in, they take 8. How many did they take in the clarinets?
24.
24. So, and it depends on the instrument they auditioned in. And likewise, the more they take, the more competition there is because more people are auditioning for those spots. So, and that was in November, and we got our music sent to us around late January, early February, and we were able to practice that. And then March 1st, we left for Charleston, where we met up with the rest of the All-State Band and Orchestra, and we started practicing. And we practiced for 2 days, the 2nd and the 3rd, and then we performed on March 4th in the Municipal Auditorium in Charleston. And it was really exciting. Mr. Barnett, Steve Barnett, was our conductor for the band. Who conducted the orchestra? Oh, no, the Jacob's not here. Yeah, never mind. Well, yeah, because we're all in the band, so. Yeah, and it was really exciting being able to interact with all those different musicians from across the state, and it's really nice to get to know that there are other people throughout our state who share our interests. So it's always exciting.
Although only 4 of the 23 were present at the meeting, the All-State members from Jefferson High School will be formally recognized at their April 11th concert.
These students really know their way around. The county winners of the National Geography Bee were recognized by the board for their accomplishments and advancement to the state championship, which was held Friday, March 31st. Representatives from each school introduced the student winners.
Hi, I'm Claire Webb. I'm the department chair for social studies at Wildwood Middle. And we're here tonight to recognize the county winners for the state geography bee, for the school geography bees. The state geography bee is being held this Friday down at Concord University at the bottom of the state. So we are, I think, all making the journey down there at some point this week. The program, I've been involved with the geography bee for the last 3 years. It's for 4th through 8th graders nationwide. And in the West Virginia State Geography Bee, there's typically about 100 contestants that have survived all of the rounds at their respective schools throughout the 55 counties. So it's very exciting. The winners at the state bee then go on to, or the winner at the state bee goes on to compete at the National Geography Bee, which is held in Washington, D.C. In May. So we've never had a winner from Jefferson County, but there's always the first time. So I'm going to just take a few seconds and recognize a couple students, and then the other teachers that are here can do that as well. I don't know the school, but I have a Luca Parker. Okay. I have a Britt Shodell. Yep. And then just have to brag a little bit. My student that is competing this Friday is Joss Poteet. He's a 6th grader. This is actually his 2nd time competing, and he has been working very hard. So very proud of him. All right, if I could have the other teachers come on up.
I'd like to recognize, I'm the principal, Scott Jacobson from Shepherdstown Elementary School, and I'd like to recognize Andrew O'Reilly for finishing first place.
I am Samantha Henry. I am the Social Studies Department Chair at Charlestown Middle School. And I would like to recognize Christian Stobbs for winning our school.
My name is Brian Mulligan, Harpers Ferry Middle School Social Studies Chair, and Ethan Fisher competed twice. Last year came second in the state. I believe he'll be the winner this year for Jefferson County.
No pressure.
I just said that in front of all these people, so maybe we're bad.
I'm Tracy Brinson. I'm head teacher at Driftwood Elementary School, and I'd like to honor Molly Lassen. She's a 5th grader at Driftwood, and we're very proud of her.
Can you get everybody behind the board?
Wait.
I'm sorry. Rebecca Horn, principal of Shepherdstown Middle School. I'd like to recognize Sebastian Veslovsky.
We will have results from the state competition at the next edition of the program.
6 students were honored as winners of the 2017 Young Writers Contest in Jefferson County. This program fosters an interest in the writing process while encouraging students to compile a creative narrative that engages its readers. Students are selected from different grade levels across the county.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce and celebrate with you the West Virginia Young Writer contestant winners for the school year 2017. And first, we have Kylie Klein, and her story was entitled Different Ears Are Good, and Kylie is a student at North Jefferson Elementary, where she is in grade 2. Congratulations. Our next winner is Elizabeth Gottlieb. That's Elizabeth with an S. And Elizabeth's story was entitled The Shark Spotting. Elizabeth is a 4th grader at C.W. Shipley Elementary. Congratulations. Our next winners, ladies and gentlemen, is Grace Esterly. Grace's story was entitled Memories. Grace is a 6th grade student at Harpers Ferry Middle School. Congratulations. Our next winner is Una Haynes. Una Haynes is in 8th grade at Shepherdstown Middle School. Please pause for a moment while I read to you the title of her story. From the desk of Frank L. Winterston, in regards to the incident of his stolen car. Our next winner traveled far away. Her name is Melanie Fino. She happens to live just across the street from our board office. Melanie is in 9th grade at Washington High School, and the title of her story is The Flower of Restoration. Congratulations. And last but not least, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Allie Householder to you. Allie is an 11th grader at Washington High School. The title of her story is The Heartbeat in the Walls. And what truly distinguishes Allie is she is the 2-time winner of this award in sequence for 2 years in a row. Keep in mind that the judging panel is completely anonymous. Congratulations, Allie.
Congratulations to all of the young writers.
A shout out to 3 Washington High School students for their placement in the Microsoft Office Specialist West Virginia Fall Qualifier Contest. Ms. Susie Moreland described the contest and the enthusiasm for the program.
We are business teachers at Washington High School, and we are thrilled to be here this evening to recognize 3 of our brightest again. These are students who are in the Microsoft Imagine Academy. 2 of them are in our Business Computer Applications 1 course with Mrs. Gore. They took their exam last semester in Word 2016. And the other young lady is in my 2nd year Business Computer Applications 2 class, and she took the PowerPoint exam both last semester. And we are here because 3 of them have placed in the top 3 in the state of West Virginia. We have first Tyler Toposic, 3rd place in Microsoft Word. This is their official Microsoft certification, and this one means more than anything to them.
Yes.
So congratulations. We'll keep you up here if you just want to slide over so we can get the others.
Great.
And now we have 2nd place, Kylie Kirshner, and Kylie took the test in PowerPoint for the 2nd highest score in PowerPoint. Congratulations. Kylie has multiple certifications. You probably remember her. She's been here before with me. And I am most proud to say that we have yet another 1st place winner in the state of West Virginia. And this one is for Word, and this young man is Davian Hester. So it is fitting that we clap for him, but before we do, just like every other state champion, I was taught by a athletic director years ago, being a Jefferson County grad, that when there's a state champion in the house, you stand and applaud. So let's applaud.
This recognition stems from the WHS Business Department's implementation of the Microsoft IT Academy. This program is designed to equip students with real-world technology skills that support lifelong learners in the 21st century.
Jefferson County Schools recognizes a professional staff person and service person each month as a Spirit of Jefferson Award winner. These nominations are fueled by colleagues, parents, and other members of the community. This month's Service Person Award recipient is Flo Best, pictured standing with the Board of Education and next to Paige Jackson Elementary School Principal Nicole Schaefer. Tammy Kidweiler, kindergartner teacher at North Jefferson Elementary, was selected as the professional nominee. Ms. Kidweiler is pictured with Nicole Johnson, principal of North Jefferson. Ms. Best and Ms. Kidweiler were presented with certificates of appreciation as well as a $100 check. Checks are provided each month to Spirit of Jefferson recipients by an anonymous donor. That's all the board briefs for now. The next BOE recognition meeting is scheduled for 7 p.m. April 24th at 110 Mornington Avenue in Charlestown.
Every week we try to take a look back on events from the past that have in some way affected our lives today. Here's Logan Parsons and Tyler Henry with this week's Day in History.
March 20th, 1854, the Whig Party, the Republican Party's successor, was founded in 1834 to oppose then-President Andrew Jackson to face the issue of slavery, who the president was unable to handle. In 1854, Whig Party members met in Ripton, Wisconsin to found a new political party to oppose the idea and spread of slavery. Across the United States, on this day, the Republican Party was founded. The party rapidly gained support. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln was elected as the first Republican president.
March 23, 1839. The word OK was first used during the late 1830s as an abbreviation for a misspelling of all correct. It was around this time that many younger people would intentionally misspell words and then abbreviate them to use as slang. An example would be OW for all right. On this date, the initials OK were printed in the Boston Morning Post as part of an inside joke. Soon, the abbreviation picked up in popularity across the nation.
March 31st, 1889. The Eiffel Tower was designed in 1889 by Gustave Eiffel and was constructed by 200 workers. The French government announced a competition in 1889 to design a monument to be built on the Champ de Mars in central Paris. The Centennial Committee selected Eiffel's design from over 100 plans submitted. Despite the initial criticism against the design, the Eiffel Tower was dedicated on this date.
Last time on What the Tech Is That, the guys took a look at RAM, what it is, and how it functions. Well, they're back. And since technology is always moving forward, we took a journey back in time to look at storage devices and how they have evolved.
Hello, I'm Mateo, and welcome to another episode of What the Tech Is That. I'm here with Holden and Dane, and today we're going to tell you about the history of data storage mediums. It wasn't always as simple as a number of gigabytes on the back of your phone.
In 1928, Fritz Flümer invented the magnetic tape in order to record sound. His idea came from Vladimir Paulson's magnetic wire. It worked by taking very thin paper and putting an iron oxide powder on top of it. In order to keep it there, he used lacquer. Next, in 1946, the Williams tube was invented. It used a CRT, cathode ray tube, and was the first digital device to feature random access memory, RAM. The maximum capacity was a whopping 2,560 bits of data. Next, in 1949, the delay line memory came about. It took up a whole room. The access time was very low at 500 microseconds. Each column stored 120 bits of data. The max storage varies depending on how long the lines were. Finally, we had the hard disk. This technology came about in the 1950s, but has developed much since then. Modern-day drives can store anywhere from a half a terabyte all the way to 10. It is composed of multiple rotating platters that spin around, the head reading and writing the data to the disk, where it's addressed to the computer in sectors.
In 1963, Philips revolutionized the way we listen to music with a compact audio cassette tape. Originally it was used for dictations, but improvements were made to make the sound quality better. Some computers like the ZX Spectrum and Commodore 64 used tapes to store data and programs. The only problem with that was they were easy to legally copy by end users. Next up, there's the Dynamic Random Access Memory, or DRAM. This is actually the basis for practically all RAM since its invention in 1966. While modern DRAM looks very different since it did in the 60s, it's still used for the same basic properties. Now we have the actual floppy disks, the 8-inch and the 5 1/4 inch. The 8-inch floppy was more for mainframe computers like IBM System /370. The 5 1/4 inch is much more popular and can hold up to 1.2 megabytes. Many other computers had drives built in for these floppies, such as the Apple IIc, the IBM PC, and many DOS computers and clones of these. And now for the pinnacle of audio formats, wait, never mind. What used to be the pinnacle of audio formats, Sony's compact discs. It was different from other audio formats at the time as it was completely digital. It rolled up to 80 minutes of audio, or roughly 700 megabytes of data.
Coming into the final stretch of data development, we have the famous non-floppy floppy disk. Invented in 1981 and sitting around 3.5 inches, this served as the most commonplace method of portable data storage well into the 1990s and early 2000s. It had a capacity of 1.44 megabytes, which to put into perspective is about the size of the average MP3 file. Next up, we have the digital versatile disc, more simply known as the DVD. The DVD was developed in 1995, and with over a storage capacity of over 2,000 times of floppy disks, it provided a huge increase in media portability. It later became a standard for movie and game distribution and has remained one into today. Flash drives are the next major step in storage development. Created in 1999 and utilizing something called NAND flash storage, they allowed for the direct saving of data in the form of electrons, and in turn can be much smaller and more rugged than their hard drive mechanical counterparts. 1 year later, the SD card was invented. It allowed for the automatic encryption of digital media as well, and is most commonly seen in phones and cameras. In 2003, the Blu-ray disc was invented. Being able to hold much more information than its DVD predecessors, in many cases 10 times as much, it allowed for the production and distribution of higher quality movies. While Blu-ray still isn't more common than DVDs, it's certainly proven its superiority in terms of the quality of its content, and many prefer it over other forms for its high quality content. In more recent years, the technology of a flash drive has been improved upon to create something known as the solid-state drive, or SSD for short. With a function similar to hard drives, they serve as quick access computer storage, being able to read and write data much faster than conventional methods. However, they also have the downside of being much more expensive than hard drives, while also having smaller storage capacities. So there you have it. Now you know a little bit more about the long span of digital storage development, and perhaps may be able to appreciate your phone's compact size and large capacity a little bit more than you did before. This is Mateo, and thanks for joining us on
What the Tech Is That?
Thanks, guys. With even more history to consider, here's Ethan Brady and Tatum Warchow with a look at some memorable moments in history.
February 27, 1827, Mardi Gras celebration takes to the streets of New Orleans. The celebration began when a group of masked and costumed students danced in the streets of New Orleans, Louisiana, starting the tradition of the famous Mardi Gras celebrations. Mardi Gras directly translates from French into English as Fat Tuesday. Mardi Gras was derived from the celebration of Carnival, which is the weeks between Twelfth Night on January 6th and Ash Wednesday. Carnival spread from Rome to Europe and eventually the Americas. French settlers brought Mardi Gras to Louisiana, but the Spanish governors of the area banned the celebrations. After the Louisiana Purchase, Mardi Gras came back as a funded celebration. People started to get rowdy in the streets during the 1850s, so a secret society called the Mystic Crew of Cumas staged the first large-scale, well-organized Mardi Gras parade in 1857. Mardi Gras is still celebrated as a parade in the streets of New Orleans.
February 28, 1947, the February 28th massacre begins. On this day, 2,000 Taiwanese gathered in front of the Bureau of Monopoly in Taipei to protest the vicious beating of a female cigarette peddler and the murder of a bystander by the police the evening before. The Chinese governor, Chen Yi, responded with brutality, killing several people on the spot with machine guns. Uprisings soon erupted, closely followed by a series of massacres on Taiwan by soldiers sent by the Kuomintang-led Chinese government. It is estimated that as many as 10,000 to 50,000 civilians or more were killed. The mass killings marked the beginnings of the White Terror period in Taiwan, where tens of thousands vanished, died, or were imprisoned. The February 28th massacre is one of the most important events in Taiwan's history and is a critical catalyst for Taiwan's independence movement.
February 28, 1987, Soviet President Gorbachev calls for a nuclear arms treaty. In a surprising announcement, Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev said his nation was ready to sign a treaty without delay designed to eliminate U.S. and Soviet medium-range nuclear missiles from the vicinity of Europe. The proclamation led to a major break in negotiations and eventually the signing of the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty in December of 1987. Gorbachev signed the agreement with President Ronald Reagan. The Soviets eliminated about 1,500 missiles and the U.S. nearly half that number from Europe.
We like to give you guys ideas for stuff to do around the county. A few of us went to Skippers. Here's Jamie with more.
Hey guys, it's Jamie. We're at Skipper's Ice Cream Shop, a local establishment right downtown Charlestown. We ordered French fries, chocolate cupcake ice cream, and chocolate insanity ice cream, all of which were very good. I would give Skipper's 4 to 5 stars.
Make a list of all your friends. Close your eyes and walk away from me.
Here's a look at our weather forecast for the next week.
Hello everybody, let's get started with a quick look at the temperatures in the region. Recently, the high has been in the upper 40s to mid 50s in the eastern panhandle. Throughout the next 7 days, sunrise will be around 6:58 a.m. and sunset will be approximately 7:33 p.m. Throughout the next week in Jefferson County, highs on Saturday will be around 56 degrees and mostly cloudy. The lows will hover around 40. Sunday will be 64, remaining mostly cloudy with lows near 44. There's a 90% chance of rain on Monday with a high of 63 degrees. The low for Monday will be 53. The rain will continue on Tuesday with temperatures holding steady 63 and 47 for the low. The rain will clear out for Wednesday, and although it will be mostly cloudy, the temperature climbs a little for a high of 64 degrees. The low for Wednesday will remain seasonal at 48 degrees. There's a pretty good chance that the rain will return for both Thursday and Friday, with temperatures falling a bit to the upper 50s. The nighttime temps will go back down as well to just above 40. The following weekend looks like the rains will be gone, but remain cloudy in the upper 50s. That's it for the weather. All of our data comes from the National Weather Service and the Weather STEM station at Jefferson High School. No matter what the weather, have a great day. I'm Tatum Warchow. That's all the news and views for now. I'm Amanda Vera Collins.
And I'm Jamie Ingersoll.
See you next time.